Welcome to Cliffhangers and Cocktails podcast with Amy Sissel,
Me.
and me, Shea McLeod. We're both USA Today bestselling authors of paranormal women's fiction, among other things. This podcast is brought to you by the Caftan Coven.
Welcome to our mini pod where we discuss a single topic related to the craft, whether it's craft cocktails, witchcraft, or writing craft. Today we are craft cocktailing.
Yes.
Cocktailing? I don't know. I've said it.
Crafting cocktail? Yes, craft cocktailing. It's a thing in which there's actually a thing in which you turn nouns into verbs. There's a word for it, and I can't remember now. You literally turn a noun into a verb.
Is it noun verbing?
Yes.
Now.
No, but it's a fancier name, I think, or maybe not fancier, but more succinct. But I like noun verbing because that's kind of like doing things with your heart.
Which is how I do most things.
Yeah. Because apparently there was this meme on, or not a meme, but there was like this little video that somebody did and it was on like Reels or something. And some woman was like complaining because another woman, she overheard another woman who was on a date being complimented by her date who said, "Your body is bodying."
Cool. That's nice. I like it.
Right. I like that. Your body is bodying. And so this woman was complaining, and then this man was doing those splits or whatever when they comment on the video. And he's like, and he literally went through like this whole thing about this particular word, which I cannot remember, which is noun verbing. Yes.
So there are 4 different words. There's a technical term and 3 more common terms.
Oh.
So the common terms are verbing.
Well, I don't think that was it. Maybe it was.
Verbification.
Might have been that one, verbification.
Verbifying.
Uh-huh.
And then the technical term is denominalization. That's the formal linguistic term.
Ah. Yeah.
So the resulting verbs are called denominal verbs.
Ooh.
So I'm just like being technically linguistic over here. Is what's happening.
Absolutely. You are bodying.
Anyway, so what are we doing today? Oh, I already told us. We're doing craft cocktailing.
Yes, so I found this cocktail online and it looked and sounded so delicious because we've been doing a lot of things here on the pod with pomegranates because that is the season. We're going more into apple season now, but it's like still very pomegranate-y. Not in Portugal. You are not going into apple season.
No, we're in apple season, but pomegranate season never ends.
Well, so as we're moving towards Samhain is like more apples, whereas Lunasa is more pomegranates. But it doesn't matter because you can do what you want.
You do you, boo.
You do you, boo. So I came across this cocktail and I wanted to try it. It's called Persephone's Kiss, and I think it suits the season.
It really does.
Yes. And so
she's back with her husband.
Yeah. Get it on, girl.
There's kissing. There's kissing.
There's kissing. Yeah. A little kissing. That's it. They don't, hand holding. That's all. They haven't seen each other in how many months? And like,
just maybe one tiny smooch.
Yeah.
Or like the European three
cheek kiss. Yeah. Two or
we just do 2 here.
Yeah, so. Portugal's 2. There's like somewhere, I can't remember where it is, where they do 3 and it gets real confusing.
Yeah. What's awesome is when you aren't very experienced at it and then you accidentally kiss somebody, like with no contact, because that's not actually how it works. Yeah.
I've done that. In London, when I lived in England, it's usually one cheek kiss, and if you don't know the person well, it's kind of in the air by the side of their face. But if you know them well, you might kiss them on the cheek. And so there were incidents, until I got used to it. And then I'd meet a European and suddenly it was like, I'm lucky I didn't do a full on the mouth thing with
in France, it's just with tongue. That's how you get the name check.
You just greet anybody with tongue. No, it's really not the case.
I did not do that last week. I just want to be clear. When I was in Paris, I did not
really
lick anybody.
I feel like you missed out.
I'm okay with it.
I love Paris. Apparently, I'm very hot in Paris, and I don't mean temperature-wise.
Persephone's Kiss. Here we are.
Persephone's Kiss. So this is a great cocktail for first cleansing. So, like if you're going to be doing some spell work or something like that, this is a great drink for that because it's first cleansing and protection, and then it for protection. So cleansing, then protection, and then it's also ushers in rejuvenation and abundance. So it's a great like prepping for spell work or prepping for ritual sort of drink. And it's also just, if you're feeling a little negativity, a little stress, just to kind of like wash out that, cleanse that negative vibe and usher in something more positive. It's a great drink to enjoy with friends to strengthen your bonds.
We're going to have a bond strengthening.
We're going to have a bond strengthening. So I put here, this is my note, chat about why this particular magical boost.
Yes, I noticed that, and I loved it, so I didn't change it.
Yeah, I did. Yes, I'm like, oh, that maybe doesn't make sense, but I think
also I wasn't sure what word was missing.
I believe it's need, like why we need this particular magical boost.
Okay,
and I think
cool.
the world is the obvious answer right now.
Well, and also we're entering this is going to come out in November. So we're past Samhain at this point. We're in the dark season. Persephone's down there chastely kissing Hades. But we're left in kind of we in the Northern Hemisphere are left kind of in like the metaphorical and literal darkness as the daylight hours start to go away. And a lot of people who don't have a lot of sun in the winter have seasonal affect disorder. And I have to tell you guys, so it's like we're recording this end of October. And by this point in most years, I would be like, oh, I'm sad. Where's my little daylight lamp? You know what? I feel fine. And it's just like amazing. Maybe 45 minutes more of daylight here than in Portland, Oregon. And it's just enough for me at this point. Anyway, side note.
That's amazing because I am very fortunate that I don't suffer from seasonal affective disorder, maybe because I'm like a 5th generation Oregonian, so we like mutated. I don't know. But like I know so many people close to me who do. And it's like just really rough. And especially as you're moving into, further into the dark part of the year, it just gets worse. And so, and for me, I actually find it kind of like a really nice, comforting, introspective time. So this is just a good cocktail for maybe you need to do some journaling. Maybe you need to do some shadow work. Maybe you need to just sit quietly with a good book.
And with the strengthening of bonds, sharing one of these with your friends. That's what I was going to do is like, because it's a time when people are struggling and it's a hard time sometimes to reach out when you are struggling. If you're somebody who doesn't struggle, reach out to somebody you haven't heard from for a while and suggest a Persephone's Kiss. You may or may not, depending on your relationship, want to explain that that's a cocktail. But, no judgment.
You do you. Absolutely. That is a really good thing. And it's very high, if I said that right.
I wanted to be, but I don't know if that's correct.
I don't know. I've heard it pronounced
Hygge.
Yes, Hygge. And I've heard it pronounced by people who actually speak that language. I've literally heard like 3 different pronunciations and I can pronounce none of them. Like I can hear it in my head. Hygge. That's it. Kind of.
Hygge?
I think we're pronouncing it a little more forcefully, or a little more like, yeah, I don't know.
But I don't know. That's just what it said.
It is.
Hygge.
I think something, anyway, that's how like people in places where it's dark for a great deal of the day kind of
That's a Danish term.
is a Danish term, yes. So a note about cocktail magic, just a reminder if you haven't caught my previous craft cocktail mini pod, is that cocktail magic is a gentle magic. It is a magic. It is not the kind of magic you do to affect the world around you. It is a magic that specifically affects the drinker. So it's a magic for you. Or if you, and I should say, any friends or family you may have around you that are also drinking that. Hence the strengthening of bonds that this cocktail does. It's a slower, gentler type of magic. And so each ingredient should be chosen and used with intention. As you know, intention is the biggest part of any spell. And the cocktail should be made with intention, because otherwise it's just a cocktail. So for today's cocktail, we need, drum roll please, we need tequila, pomegranate juice, orange liqueur, lime juice, and hot honey syrup. And I was all like, hot honey syrup? Does that mean like...
That's my stage name.
At first I was a little confused. I was like, wait, what? Is it like actually hot, like temperature? And I'm like, oh no, it's basically spicy honey syrup. You can, we'll put in how to make it, but it's basically just a honey simple syrup that's been infused with a little bit of heat via either steeping fresh chilies in it, or if you don't have those, you can do the chili flakes. And if you can't handle heat, skip it. Don't worry.
Get out of the kitchen. Oh, no.
So
I have to tell you, when Shay and I first talked about having this cocktail today, I'm like, no, I have hot honey syrup. You know what I had? Ketchup.
Oh,
that's not the same.
That is
I don't
not
know
the
why.
same.
I have honey, and then next to the honey is spicy ketchup. It's not the same. Spicy ketchup is not my stage name.
No, and I don't think putting the spicy ketchup in the honey would result in something that you'd want to put in a cocktail. I could be wrong.
No, so I did have to make my own hot honey.
And I thought I had chili
I made
flakes.
it with my heart.
I already had some honey syrup mixed up, and I thought I had some flakes, but I couldn't find them. So I just put in the ground. So a little tiny bit of ground chili. So not chili powder, but like hot pepper, ground hot pepper. So we'll see how that goes.
Yes, I can't reach all the stuff in our spice cabinet because we haven't rearranged stuff since I moved here. So I just asked Chris before he left this evening if he would just get me a dried pepper. So I'm excited to see what happened.
All right, so we're going to mix this up, and I don't have a really good angle on my, so that you can see, but I have here my little glass full of ice. And I have my little cocktail shaker full of ice. So we're going to get going. And I've pre-measured all my stuff so that otherwise it's going to be a huge mess trying to do that on here.
Yes, if you want to know more about that, you can go back to our last craft cocktail episode and watch me try to do it at my desk. I pre-made my cocktail this time.
But I'm going to make it for you so you can see me make it. The problem here, of course, is that I don't really have enough lift here so you can actually see these things, but they're just lined up right here. All right, so first of all, you're going to do 2 ounces of tequila. Oh, nope, that went in the wrong one. Okay, wrong hole. Okay, we're just going to pour it in here now. Because you know what? It's just a happy little accident, as Bob Ross would say. Oh, nice tequila. Okay.
Want more tequila.
You always want more tequila.
I love tequila. And when you finish making the cocktail, I will describe my process.
Excellent. Okay. And if you want to know which tequila to use whatever tequila your heart loves, okay? Or your taste.
I used reposado because I like it more than anything else.
I used whatever I inherited from you. Normally I use like a silver or white tequila, whatever they call that. Like, I don't remember what brand it was, but I really loved that one. This one is the one that I inherited from you is a really nice solid tequila, but I don't remember.
It's probably a reposado.
Okay. There we go. I am not really good with tequila names. I just drink what I like. So drink what you like. And if you don't know what you like, just try some.
Experiment.
Yeah. So the tequila, as you may or may not know, is made from the agave plant, and it carries the energy of rejuvenation. So that is sort of your base of your spell. We're going to do some more mini episodes later on. I'm going to do like a series on different aspects of the cocktail, like the base booze, different, how to make your own syrups, how to make your own shrubs, things like that. It'll be fun. We're going to do some fun stuff. So then next we have 1.5 ounces of pomegranate juice. If you've got fresh, great. If not, store-bought is fine.
The one thing I would say about using fresh pomegranate juice as opposed to store-bought is that it's a lot lighter in color. The color is not as concentrated.
Yes.
So my cocktail is not going to be
right. This is
the brighter color.
Yeah, this is pom juice, which is really concentrated.
Also delicious.
It is very good. Yes. Now, pomegranates are for life, death, rebirth, fertility, and abundance. And as we've discussed before, fertility doesn't necessarily mean giving birth to children. Fertility.
Oh, no, I mean labor. Oh, no.
Oops, hop one out.
I don't have a uterus anymore. We're fine. Fine.
The fertility can refer to fertility of creativity, fertility of in your business, fertility in your friendships. Like it can stand for any kind of fertility, fertility of your garden, even. Next, we're going to do 1 ounce of orange liqueur. I used Cointreau, and I did it again and poured it into the wrong glass.
I think I used Grand Marnier.
Okay. You could also use like triple sec. Triple sec is usually the least expensive, I think. But it does a good job. I'm going to put this over here because I keep pouring things into the wrong thing. All right. So and orange is always carries the energy of positivity, abundance, and joy. And I just love that. I love orange. Then we have 3/4 of an ounce of lime juice. If you've got fresh, great. If not, use just a good quality one from the store.
And if you forgot to go to the store and get limes this morning, then you don't have to use that because you could just use fresh squozen orange juice.
There you go.
That's what I did.
Okay.
So it's just a little extra boost of orange.
Yes. That's a good one. Yes. So you've got extra positivity, extra abundance, extra joy, and extra vitamin C. So lime juice is like carries the energy of spiritual protection, purification, and promoting peace of mind. So that's going to bring in that sort of cleansing, and then the protection part of the spell. And then you've got your hot honey syrup. You're going to do 1/2 ounce of that.
It's such a pretty glass. I know I say it every time we use it, but I covet that glass.
They are just little like port glasses, I think, that like I got, I think at Goodwill or something, a charity shop. I actually don't remember now. It's been a long time. But honey symbolizes love, prosperity, and community. And it's used in spells to attract good fortune and bind things together. So there we've got our our bonding with our friendship bonding. And we've also got this abundance thing and this just making life sweeter. And the hot peppers are, again, protection from evil, cleanse and negativity. So that's, again, more protection. And they're as a tool for passion, energy, and luck. They're used in spells for protection, to ward off negative energy and evoke passion. They're also believed to bring good fortune, fertility, and prosperity. Additionally, their heat is seen as a symbol of power and courage, and they've been used in spiritual practices and shamanic rituals for centuries. So basically, now we've got all of our stuff in this lovely little vehicle called the cocktail shaker. And we're going to shake it up for like 20 to 30 seconds. While you shake, just sort of visualize those energies that you wish to emphasize. Cleansing, protection, abundance, and whoever you're drinking with, tightening that bond between you. But here we go. And we're shaking what our mama gave us. Ooh, this is cold. So it's going to get really, really cold. So if you're sensitive, you can always wrap it in a towel. And now I'm going to pour it in to my little glass here. And you want to make sure, I think in the thing they were showing like a little lost tumbler, but this is a pretty hefty amount of beverage. So I would put it like more in a taller glass like this.
So I put mine in this glass and it's not even full. And I actually, other than switching out the lime juice with orange juice, I made it by the recipe.
Okay. I don't know. Somehow mine is big. I don't know how that works.
Yeah. Mine is small.
Maybe I had more ice in there or something.
My ice is melting.
This is
I also threw in a bunch of pomegranate seeds because I had them, and they're pretty.
And they're always pretty in a glass. So yeah, you can throw in whatever you want for garnish. Pomegranate seeds, wedge of lime.
Much lighter mine is,
yeah,
just because I used fresh pomegranate.
Fresh pomegranate. That's amazing. And I, of course, used the pom, which is the more concentrated. But it's just either way, it's gorgeous cocktail. And it is so tasty. It kind of has that margarita vibe with the lime and the tequila. But then you just got this refreshing taste from all the citrus from the pomegranate. It is just delicious. I can see why this is a cleansing cocktail. How is it with the OJ?
It's really good. I think lime would be better.
Yeah,
lime just to have that.
Yeah, it has that little slightly sour tang to it that you probably wouldn't get for the OJ. I wouldn't necessarily use lemon though. If I did use,
I thought about it because I have a bunch, but then I'm like, no, I'd rather use orange.
I think it would be too sour. Like maybe if you used half the amount of lemon or something, it would just be too. But I feel like it would be too tart and it would fight with the pomegranate or the tequila. I think lime would be better. But I love that idea.
Yeah, agreed.
Of doing fresh orange juice. I bet that would be really tasty too. It just gives a little vibe, and it's going to put more emphasis on the joy and the positivity and the abundance. But you still have all that cleansing and protection, from the tequila base. So you're not going to miss that if you don't use lime. So don't worry about it. So as you drink it, you just kind of imagine that cleansing, and then that shield protecting you from the negativity of the world and all those negative vibes that are coming. You can also, before you drink it, I forgot to do this. It's not something I typically do, but you can. Some witches like to use some imagery, so they'll draw a sigil above the glass, like for instance, either with a wand or with their finger. And to amp up the spell, like for instance, the triple spiral, it's the Celtic symbol for abundance. You can also add a moonstone to your spell. So like a moonstone is associated with good fortune. So you can either drop it in the glass or the cocktail shaker, or you can hold it in your hand while you make and drink the potion. I maybe wouldn't hold
What
it in my hand while making the potion. I would probably put it beside because that's just a recipe for disaster.
what I did before I drank mine was I stirred it. I can't draw a spiral thing with my finger because who knows, I might summon a demon accidentally. But one of the things that I did, and I do this quite a bit, is I stirred it 3 times counterclockwise, widdershins,
Yeah.
which is really it's very good for banishing negative energy, releasing something from your world, and it's cleansing. It's a
Mhm.
very cleansing symbology. If you do it clockwise, sunwise, that's drawing in energy and protection.
Mhm.
Counterclockwise is cleansing. Do
Yeah.
both, I
So
guess.
you
But
could, if you wanted to, start with the counterclockwise stir, take a few sips and imagine that cleansing, and then do a clockwise stir. Did I say clockwise or did I say counterclockwise? Well, do the
Widdershins
Widdershins
cleansing
first. Yeah. Widdershins
and
is
sunwise. Yeah.
Sunwise brings in. Okay, so and then Sunwise, you could do it Sunwise or clockwise, as stir 3 times, and then drink the rest of it, imagining the protection coming in, imagining the abundance coming in, imagining the joy coming in. So you could actually kind of do both. This is a cocktail for both.
And again, you do you boo. We
You-
just, as recording, just had a new moon.
Oh, wow.
So I'm just thinking about letting go of all those things and getting
Yes.
ready to grow
Yes.
some
Yes,
abundance.
yes, yes. So this would be a good like new moon drink where you're releasing some things. It would also be a good um, full moon drink when uh, you're wanting to manifest some things as well.
Hmm.
So it's a pretty good all around drink, and it's a great drink for the season.
It is. Yay.
Yay!
Um, I love cocktails.
Me too.
I love this cocktail specifically. This is a great cocktail.
It is.
I wish I'd put more tequila in it.
Yeah. And if you don't have tequila, I was reading up on things you could do. Now tasting it, you could do rum. I think, or you could do gin. I think vodka wouldn't have the complexity, but you could. But I just think with tequila, it just tastes the best. I really do.
I
But
can see it with rum, a spiced rum.
like yes, a spiced rum
I
would be good.
think not a coconut rum. Don't do
No,
that to
no,
yourselves,
no
peeps.
coconut rum.
A
No.
white rum might be fine.
Yeah, something.
I don't think I'd do this with gin, and I know that's saying something because I will do
Yeah,
anything with
you will
gin
drink
or
this without
for
drinking
gin.
gin. So let's say for
I'll do
our
anything for
tastes,
gin.
she will get out her hot honey persona.
Hot honey syrup.
Hot honey
Don't
syrup
forget my
persona.
last name.
Hot honey syrup, and she will work for gin. So yeah, I think, yeah, I'm kind of now I'm thinking it through, and I'm like, I mean, it wouldn't be bad with like a mild gin, but I think it would be, I think rum would be a better option. Either a nice clean white rum or maybe something with a little spice to it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Um, I bet it'd be good with whiskey for people who like whiskey.
Yeah, I do like whiskey, so I may have to try this. I'm actually most partial to bourbon, which is, of course, all bourbons are whiskey, not all whiskeys are bourbon. But we'll talk about that in another
Yeah,
episode.
we can talk about like different kinds of alcohol. One of the things that I'm also looking forward to bringing y'all as we move through this minisode topic of craft cocktails
Mhm.
is just a little bit about being able to find and utilize your seasonal things.
Mhm.
One thing that I've discovered, unless I'm going to a big supermarket, and there aren't any like super close, so I have a bunch of smaller ones that I go to,
Mhm.
is that it's difficult to find things like food coloring that are in some of your more
Mm.
fancy looking craft
Yeah.
cocktails. So one of the things I'm trying to work on is how to create my own natural food colorings.
Ooh, that'll be interesting.
And also, I hate the way food coloring tastes. I know not everybody can taste it, but I can. I can taste the food coloring. I hate it. So trying to find ways to have a flavorless, natural
Yeah.
food coloring to just kind of enhance my drinks.
Mhm. Yeah, and
It's
glitter,
something I'm
like
interested in.
I can find glitter, edible glitter of various colors quite easily, but I don't know how easy that's going to be to find in um, Portugal. Although I imagine like a cake decorating sort of place or like a bakery supplies sort of place might have that kind of thing.
But I also just learned how to make your own.
Your own edible glitter? Really? Oh my goodness. Okay, we're going to have to
I'm
talk
not sure
about
if
that.
I'm gonna, because it's kind of like a process I don't care about.
Yeah,
But
sometimes you'd just like
it's
to let the store do it.
yes.
And
So you
honestly,
guys
yeah.
have oh
Oh, I was going to say edible glitter isn't really necessary for cocktail magic. It's just fun.
party.
It's party.
I do think it'll be interesting to see how I can make various colors
Hmm.
happen for that are not terribly flavorful
Hmm.
that can go in cocktails, and what the meanings of the ingredients behind that are, and how that
Yeah.
can like change up what you're drinking. I
Okay,
think
that'd
that's
be
going to be
cool.
so cool.
I'm looking forward to that
Um,
research.
yeah, I bet you are.
Well, thank you
Um,
everybody so much for joining us for today's craft cocktail mini pod.
if there's something that you want to see, if there's like a question you have about liquor or booze, if I mean, I was thinking we should maybe try to figure out how to do a mocktail alternative.
Oh yeah.
Um, for some of these, just for people who don't drink for whatever reason,
Mm-hmm.
because I don't want people to feel like they don't have access to this magic
Yes.
just because for whatever reason they don't drink alcohol.
Right.
So that's something I'd like to look at in the future too. But if there's something y'all want to know, let me know. You can DM us on Instagram. You can drop a comment on YouTube. Love to hear from you for sure.
And we'll be sure to drop this recipe into the show
Show
notes
notes.
so that you can make this too. If I find a recipe or if I find an alternative to the tequila that I think will work, I will also drop that. I do know that there are some non-alcoholic tequilas, so you could do that. And then instead of orange liqueur, use orange juice. So that's
Hmm.
an option. But if I find something that I think will work, I'll drop that in the show notes. Otherwise, we will have the original recipe there for sure, so that
100%.
you can make it yourself.
All
Thanks for
right.
joining
Well,
us. Like and subscribe.
cheers.
Cheers, everyone.
Salute.
Yes.
Skull. Not anymore.
Shams. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. See you next time.